तू किसी रेल सी गुजरती है, मैं किसी पुल सा थरथराता हूँ। एक जंगल है तेरी आंखों में, मैं जिसमें राह भूल जाता हूँ. Said that after years.
What is that thing that you look at and say कि यार कितना cringe था, मैं वापस नहीं देख सकता.
कभी कभार मैं बहुत जोश जोश में अपने कोई रील डाल देता हूँ. Felt cute, might delete later के चक्कर में. This actor is the most incredible person in this country and the world who can dance. Is my wife. She has always had one complaint कि यार जब तू नाचता है ना, ऐसे नाचता है जैसे बारात है किसी की.
Who's the one that you have the most fun gossip sessions with?
रणबीर कपूर.
Do you remember the first day on a film set as an actor for you?
What I shot, none of you have seen it. I'll tell you what it is.
कौन सा वो एक character from one film that you feel like has really stayed in your heart?
Deepak from Masan. He's that character whom I never wanted to go from me. What stays back is your deeds. Not how fair you were, dark you were, rich you were, poor you were. It's all how you made the people around you feel.
What is the thing that you feel like you're most looking forward to about being a dad?
Just being a dad. The thing that I enjoy the most when I talk to Nikhil is that I get to introspect while chatting with him.
Now you said such good things about me, I'm going to get able to give you a... Vicky, thank you. I know that this is a beautiful time in your life and yet you have made time for us. Thank you so much. It really means a lot.
My pleasure. Always there for Yuva.
For me, Vicky, ek to of course, after Be a Mania, I'm doing something live with you. So this is also really special for me. मैंने आपको वहाँ पे बीबा मुंडा बोला था. And I feel like no matter what choice you make in your films, in your life, that is always going to be true for me. But when you look at your last 10 years of your filmography, it's 10 years of Vicky Kaushal, guys. Can we have a huge round of applause? From Masan to Chhawa, you have really conquered every genre. You have made such a huge, beautiful impact in the hearts of people, not just at the box office. So when you look back at the 10 years, in fact, मैं तो आप इंजीनियर हो, मुझे पता है, तो मैं शायद इंजीनियरिंग की भाषा पूछूंगा. अपने आपको CGPA क्या दोगे?
CGP क्या होता है?
अरे वो NIT में CGPA होता था, यहाँ पर क्या पॉइंटर होता है, क्या बोलते हैं? परसेंटेज होता है यहाँ पे. अच्छा, ये सॉरी, बॉम्बे का मुझे पता नहीं था.
Percentage.
अच्छा, कितना परसेंटेज दोगे मेरा?
कितने percentage थे? I passed out in 2009 in electronics and telecommunications engineer with 74% and with a job letter in hand.
Ab, in the last 10 years, what would you give yourself as a grade for how you have performed?
It's very difficult to grade yourself, especially as a creative person. मुझे अपनी हर फिल्म देख के लगता है कि अरे यार कुछ और हो जाता, कुछ और मैं कर सकता था. If I get this opportunity one more time, I can play it differently or better. So it's very difficult to grade myself like that. It will never top 5, 5 at best. But yeah, but it's for everybody else to grade me.
Okay, let me ask it in a different way. आपको क्या लगता है in the last 10 years, किस सब्जेक्ट में when it comes to filmography आप पास हुए और किस में फेल हुए? या पासिंग मार्क्स आए? What do you?
I really wish I had this luxury and privilege to give myself a report card in school. सब में distinction दे देता मैं. See, it's a learning curve. I feel I can only tell you what I enjoy the most. Action and drama is something that I really enjoy the most. That intensity, that gravitas is something I really enjoy. I feel comedy is a genre that I'm still learning. There's a lot more to learn. And it is something that really excites me the most, but it's also the most challenging genre. Dance, I have just recently explored कि कर सकता हूँ.
Recently
हो सकता है.
कर सकता हूँ.
All thanks to this man sitting over here, Amritpal Singh Bindra. This guy is
the producer.
This
of
guy is the
Bad
brain
News.
behind Tauba Tauba, guys.
I love the humility. Humility में तो full marks हैं और कुछ होना हो. Do you remember the first day on a film set as an actor for you? When you look back at that boy and where you are right now, what comes to your mind?
My first day on a film set, what I shot, none of you have seen it. I'll tell you what it is. और ऐसे नहीं छोटी मोटी एक इंटरनेशनल फिल्म थी ये बड़ी जिस डायरेक्टर का नाम मुझे तब पता लगा था बट इट वाज अ फिल्म बाय माइकल विंटरबॉटम अ बिग ब्रिटिश डायरेक्टर ही वाज शूटिंग अ फिल्म विद रिज अहमद एंड फ्रीडा पिंटो कॉल्ड तृष्णा. I had just finished doing my work as an assistant director on Gangs of Wasipur. I had braces on, and Anurag sir saw me dancing at the rap party, and he's like, "यार ये तो ठीक ठाक dance कर लेता है." I had gone to my native place with my family in Punjab, and वहाँ पे मुझे फ़ोन आया कि listen, ऐसा बहुत बड़े director हैं माइकल विंटरबॉटम, उनकी एक फिल्म हो रही है फ्रीडा पिंटो के साथ, एंड उसमें एक गाना करना है, सो कम. तो मैं पहुंच गया. मुझे कुछ नहीं पता था क्या करना है. एंड द फिल्म वाज अबाउट a girl's struggle into getting into films in Bollywood. So she's come on set to see how a film shoot happens, and there's a song shoot that is going on. So the song shoot में जो हीरो हीरोइन है वो मैं और हुमा कुरैशी थे. तो मेरा पहला दिन जो सेट पे था, I still remember, I had to dance in shimmery black dress. Ganesh Master ji, Ganesh Acharya sir, he was the dance choreographer. And my first time ever when I faced the camera, I was so nervous. I did my first take of dancing. Cut hua, and Ganesh sir just came to me and he said, "देख तू बहुत अच्छा डांस कर रहा है, पर यहाँ से डांस नहीं कर रहा है. यहाँ से मुझे पता लग रहा है तेरे जिंदगी का पहला शॉट है, इतना नर्वस है तू." So that was my first shot, my first film. Actually, before that also, if I have to tell you, my first shot was in Gangs of Wasipur as a shadow behind Richa Chadda on one of the windows. So, great start.
Of course, as a lead actor, आपने I think Masan was the first film that came out, and now Masan also finishes 10 years. When you look at that boy who was shooting Masan, and you look at this superstar actor today who's done 600 crores at Chava, 600 crores, that's insane. Could that boy have imagined this trajectory for you?
To be very honest, when we were shooting Masan, we forget 600 crores, we didn't know crores only. So, tabhi wo, I don't think in the industry there was this number getting discussed at that point in 2014 or 14 when we were shooting. And it was never about numbers, and very honestly saying, even today it's not about numbers. Of course that helps, of course that matters, but very honestly speaking, I'm still trying to find that purity which I could give in Masan, because I had nothing to lose. I didn't know how good or bad as an actor I am. I was exploring myself as an actor, and every time I get into a new film today, I feel I have a conscious thought that get into this as uncontaminated as you were during Masan, with no strings attached. Like, just go into this film not knowing how good or bad you are, just explore yourself as an actor. I think that is what was special that happened to me as an actor in Masan. And of course, like in terms of, I never thought about any number of crores or whatever, but what I've manifested for myself is far bigger than that. So, fingers crossed.
No, absolutely, and fully agree. You know, one of the things that I love about you, and I've said this to you repeatedly, is your humility and your ability to be grounded in spite of the massive success that you've gotten. ये बहुत मुश्किल चीज़ होती है, बहुत ही कम लोग कर पाते हैं. I want to understand what is it that you have kept. आपने purity की भी बात की. What is it inside of you that you have kept alive or kept as, you know, your value system that still guides you to who you are today? How do you manage to stay so grounded, so humble in the face of this massive success?
See, I've always given that credit to my parents. That is nothing that I have cultivated myself. I am what I am today because of my parents, of my family, of the friend circle I have, of the people I know, and the people that know me from my core, not just from my, like, who know me as an actor. So I credit them for this. It's not something that I'm like, you know, it's, now I know that, okay, ये है, humility है, modesty है, but it's something that people around me have just taught me to be this person, and I just am what I am. Having said that, I have realized this one thing that my parents always kept telling me is that, यार बेटा, actor जैसे भी होंगे, 7 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 10 on 10, it doesn't really matter in the long run. That's a skill-based, craft-based thing which you have to work on. That's a personal journey. Just make sure you're a nice person, people around you are happy to meet you, work with you. So that will take you in the long run, not just as a professional actor, but just as a human being in the long run. And I've realized this, for me, my peace of mind comes with that when I know that people around me are smiling, are happy, there's just good energy around. So I try and do my bit to just have that good energy around. And I do that very selfishly because it matters to me and my peace of mind. So I feel like I can deliver the best as an actor, as a human being, if that's the energy around me.
But आसान होता है in an industry like ours? Is it always easy to be this nice? There are enough places where there is toxicity, etc. How do you navigate something like
See,
that?
I feel right now being nice is a little too overrated. Not everybody should be nice, but it's very important that everybody stays real. In today's time, what the bigger issue is that people are not wanting to be who they are. People are wanting to be, because I've heard somewhere that being nice is a good thing. I want to be nice now. I want to be tough now. I want to be weak now. I want to be wounded now. But I feel what should matter is what's your truth? What's your truth at this moment? If I am feeling weak, if I am feeling irritated, if I am feeling angsty, I should feel that. I should be able to process that without the pressure that I have to be nice. I don't believe in that. I feel that being nice or being whatever has to be your truth at that moment. And we are all human beings. We are not machines. We are not programmed beings that ye programming kar di and you'll be nice and you'll be strong and you'll be brave. We will human beings, will keep making mistakes, we'll be angry, we'll be happy, we'll be sad, we'll be all of it. But just what matters is that we are truthful to ourselves and then keep learning from there. So I don't really rate being nice or being that very highly, but being real, being truthful to yourself matters a lot, especially in today's time where there is so much stimulation in our hands, where we feel like दूसरों की ज़िंदगी हमसे बेटर है, दूसरों की ज़िंदगी हमसे ज़्यादा खुशहाल है. उस समय पे it's what matters is the chat you have with yourself कि यार what everybody is going through their fair share of struggles and hardships. So उसमें ज़्यादा pressure मत लो about being nice, just be true to yourself.
That's so well said. Really, really well said. Do you also go through this even at this stage where you look at others' lives and being like, yeah, I would have loved to do that movie. I would have loved to work with that actor. I would have loved to work with that director, and I'm not getting there. Does that also happen to you at this stage when you have gotten your choice and pick of roles?
I never feel that I should have gotten that film or I want to do that film. Of course, I have aspirations of working with certain directors, certain actors, certain writers, certain producers. I do have that because it's just been 10 years. There are so many people I need to still work with, learn from. So those aspirations are still there. But I never feel that that should have been mine, because I just feel that everybody's come with their own destiny and their own graph and their own trajectory. And I need to live my trajectory. I always believe in God's plan. I feel like वहाँ जो decide हुआ है और जो decide होता रहेगा वो that is far beyond and better than my imagination and what I dare to dream, because our dreams are based on how gutsy we are to dream for ourselves. But if the universe has planned better things for you than what you can dream for yourself, then why to kind of put a fence to it?
Love that. I want to ask, given that it's 10 years, I'm sure that there are performances that you look back or moments in your filmography that you look back and you're really proud of. कि यार ये जो चीज़ मैं कर पाया हूँ, especially as a young boy coming out, in the industry, trying to do whatever he could. What is that thing that you look at and say कि यार ये I'm so proud of, and at the same time, what is a performance you look back and say यार ये कितना cringe था, मैं वापस नहीं देख सकता?
I think the thing that I'm most proud of is in the 10 years to be able to work with the directors that I got to work with. I've worked with some fantastic directors who made their first films with me, and I've got to work with some veterans whom I never thought that I would ever get to work with, be it Raju sir, be it now Sanjay Leela Bansali sir. So I think just that to happen in these 10 years is something which sometimes I take a moment to realize that, oh, you know what, this has really happened and this is happening. So, like, touch wood. What I feel has been cringe is...
देखो आ रही एक पिक्चर आपके दिमाग में.
नहीं,
to be expression, you're like...
नहीं यार, कोई फिल्म नहीं आई है, but sometimes I'll be very honest. कभी कभार मैं बहुत जोश में अपने कोई रील डाल देता हूँ और फिर मैं ऐसे हो जाता हूँ कि यार ये अब इसको मैं निकाल भी नहीं सकता. Felt cute, might delete later के चक्कर में वो रह जाती है और फिर actually I get very very cringed out by those things.
But tell me one reel that made you feel this way.
Any reel that gets too much attention which I didn't predict, मैं फिर बहुत ऐसा हो जाता हूँ कि अरे यार ये सबने क्यों देख लिया, मैंने ही डाला था, आप देख. तो So yeah, anything that gets too much attention, I get a little cringed out of.
So, do you feel like there is now, after putting that reel and after becoming that big superstar, अब सारे पंजाबी musicians सबसे पहले आपको गाने भेज रहे हैं कि विकी पहले तू देख ले, फिर मैं डालूंगा.
Not for the real, but now a lot of Punjabi artists are my friends, and I feel good about it because I am a guy who's been obsessed with Punjabi music since childhood. So I feel very happy that, they're in your friend circle and you get to listen to those songs before it's out there. So I get thrilled about that, but not to kind of as a test audience. No, I'm not yet their test audience.
So you're talking about some of the great directors that you've worked with. Which is a film set or a director or an actor that you feel you picked up most from? And I know कि सब अच्छे होते हैं, but मैं एक का नाम पूछ रहा हूँ. अगर if you have to look back and say, ये this was my coming of age as an actor, this is the place that I learned the most from.
So I'll tell you two names when it comes to directors. One is Bansali sir right now. I can't tell you how much I'm getting to learn from him. Just seeing him work, just seeing him how he directs and constructs a scene is just, for me, is like going back to a film school. He is like, he's truly a magician, a master. And when you get to work with him, you realize how and why. It's not just about the frames he sets or the canvas he builds on. It's just how he gets into a scene, how he pulls out performances, and you realize there's so much more scope as an actor to keep finding details in that scene, in that writing. So that right now is such a big learning curve for me, being a part of Love and War. And the other I would say is Raju sir. I think the time and effort that Raju sir and Abhijat sir they put into the writing, and eventually the energy on set that they kind of create, which is just like his films. What you feel while you watch Raju sir's films is what you feel when you're shooting with him. So that I feel I'm always looking forward to कि यार कभी मुझे फिर से उनके साथ मौका मिल जाए, फिर से उनके साथ मौका मिल जाए, because वहाँ पे भी मुझे काफ़ी सीखने को मिलता है. And both these directors I feel like have the energy that writing is key. There's so much, all the gold, when we say na the content should be magic, it's all in the writing, and they concentrate so much on the writing of a film. So that's where you get to learn a lot.
Do you feel like there's an actor जिसके साथ कोई late night बातचीत हुई जिससे आपकी बदल गई thought process? One of your co-actors, stars that you worked with, that you had, because I always feel like once a set के अंदर जब काम shoot खत्म हो जाता है, then sometimes you end up chatting and then you realize there's so much you get to learn on sets with the people around you.
To be very honest ना, co-actors के साथ deep बातें होती हैं. Co-actors के साथ सिर्फ gossip होता है. तो और जिन co-actors के साथ मैंने काम किया वो हम बहुत gossip करते हैं. तो ऐसी deep conversations मेरी actually ज़्यादा directors के साथ होती है, producers के साथ होती है. अमृत is one of my closest friends and उसके साथ बड़ी deep बातें होती हैं. आनंद के साथ बहुत deep बातें होती हैं, आनंद तिवारी. But with actors, it's mostly just chill conversations, fun conversations.
Okay, now since you have now brought this up, now you have to tell who's the one that you have the most fun gossip sessions with.
Ranbir Kapoor.
Ranbir Kapoor. I know you can't share that gossip, but can you tell us like the कहाँ जाती हैं बातें?
हर जगह चली जाती है.
So ये राजकुमार राव के साथ मेरी कॉन्वर्सेशन हो रही थी एंड ही बेसिकली सेड दिस थिंग. ही इज लाइक कि देखो इंटेलेक्चुअल बातें तो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है बट सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट होता है बकचोदी. ही इज लाइक बकचोदी बहुत ज़रूरी है लाइफ के अंदर. So I feel like I get where you're coming from also over there. We have spoken of the professional, and if I ask about the personal, among actors and especially your co-actors that you might have worked with, someone who's really become a good friend, who would you say you did not, in the last 10 years, you've created like this deep relationship with and deep bond with, and what have you got out of that?
For me, it's mainly directors. I'll be very honest. Anand Tiwari, Meghna Gulzar, Lakshman Uttekar sir, Neeraj Ghewan, Moses Singh. Moses Singh is the guy who actually, he was my first director. He made this film called Zuban, which was the first film we shot, but it came after Masan. But he was the first guy who ever said a yes to my audition. So Moses is very special. A lot of them. So all these guys are like, I know I can just meet them, talk to them, not have like filmy discussions, but I can open my heart to. So yeah, these are the people.
How lovely. You know, the last time we spoke on BM Man, यार आपने बहुत एक beautiful चीज़ बोली थी. In fact, you spoke very deeply about how it is, and very honestly and very vulnerably, you spoke about how difficult it has been for you to actually find a space or create a space for yourself to be able to cry. You know, and that was the first time I felt like there was a mainstream actor who went on camera and said, हाँ मेरे लिए थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है, mental health is an issue. And I think that reel also went so viral, so many people spoke about it. Do you feel like now that you've, you know, it's been a few years since that conversation, and now there is a lot more conversation about things like mental health, do you feel like you are able to be more compassionate to yourself? Do you think you are able to create those spaces where if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like you want to cry, you are able to today?
Yes, yes. And again, I would just credit to my family because they've always kind of made me feel secure about it, made me feel confident about feeling weak, feeling vulnerable. Weak, I don't think is the right word, but feeling vulnerable at moments. I feel, of course, the general instinct uh, is always to fight back and say that, you know what, I can take care of this. And most of the times, 8 out of 10, that should be the reaction, I feel, because immediately to give into that vulnerability also doesn't let you take rational decisions. And at that moment, sometimes what's more important is to just see things rationally more than giving into your own emotions. So for me, I don't overcomplicate it. If I'm feeling vulnerable, if I'm feeling agitated, I let myself be. Uh, you expect people to be easy on you, but first you have to be easy on yourself at that moment. So I let that be. I don't overanalyze it. I'm not harsh on myself about it. But I'll be very honest, it's not so this thing that, oh, I'm feeling vulnerable, now I'm just going to go into crying or feeling and being indulgent about it. The first, obviously, the defense mechanism is to kind of still push yourself to see things rationally and not give in to that. But of course, not to reach a point that you push it under a carpet. Address it, acknowledge it, let it, like, process through you. So, yeah.
You know, I was also asking that because आपने एक और बहुत प्यारी बात बोली थी. आपने कहा था कि when you pick your characters, because we are talking about masculinity, you spoke about the fact that आप हमेशा ढूंढते हो इसके अंदर कि घाव क्या है कैरेक्टर के अंदर, कि it is actually there. When you spoke about being weak, what we people perceive as weakness is actually strength. You know, if they've gone through pain, if they've seen that. I see that when you look at cinema right now, I don't see too many characters that seem like they have an internal pain. It almost seems like every trailer that comes out, I can just see people screaming at each other, murdering each other. वही मुझे दिखता है और मैं थोड़ा, especially as an actor like you know, started with Masan and such a deeply beautiful emotional film where you really, अभी भी बात हुई थी हमारी कि अभी भी उसकी memes होते हैं, दुख आए खत्म नहीं हुआ, has become like a way for people to communicate with each other when they're going through something. When they are not able to speak about their pain, they use a Masan scene to show कि हाँ, I have gone through pain. Do you feel like that is a change you have noticed in the industry, that there is lesser space for softer, tender roles, and you know things are going a little bit more hyper masculine?
See, I feel firstly, industry mein there have always been phases and trends of the kind of stories that have come out. The intensity of action, the intensity of drama, the intensity of comedy, the intensity of romance. It goes through phases. And the phase is dictated by the society, not the other way around. It's a very demand and supply business, even telling stories. Because at the end of the day, it's a business, and we like to tell you stories which you would like to hear, how you would like to see them. Of course, there are these few 2 or 3 films that come in a year which are like out of syllabus, and they go like, you know what, this is not what we were asking for, but it's so good that we love it. But more often than ever, it will always be that they will try to gauge what the demand is and then supply accordingly. And then in that, how to stay true to the storytelling, the characters, the emotions, and not just become something that, okay, we are selling you a product that there's a demand for. Of course, there's this phase going on right now where somehow there is a section which is correlating that for to draw the people to the theaters, you have to give them something like they need an experience right now. And in that experience, they feel that, okay, how can we give them experiences by great visuals, sound, just high stimulation. And of course, there is that phase going on right now, but I don't see anything bad or necessarily wrong in that. It might not be everybody's cup of tea or taste, but that's fine. You know, I feel that all this should be it should be free flowing. If that's the phase that is going on, it'll soon change because the rate at which we keep making films, two or three of a kind, and then the fourth one, the audience themselves say कि अभी हो गया हमारा. तो अपने आप वो फिर वो रुख बदल जाता है, फिर वो रुख बदल जाता है, तो वो होता रहेगा. आज अगर वो बदल के अगर हाईली रोमांटिक फिल्म्स भी चल जाएंगी, तो अगर तीन चार चल जाएंगी, तो फिर आप एक्शन आ जाओगे, फिर कॉमेडी आ जाएगा, तो वो चलता ही रहेगा. आई फील so it's all a phase. It's nothing. But it's actually just keeping the audience in mind. The day they feel that they're done with it, you won't see those films coming in.
No, fair enough, absolutely. From your perspective, when you look at the kind of choices that you make, आपको लगता है कि once you hit this big numbers, आपकी फिल्में box office success हो जाती हैं, then your choices actually get more limited, that you are not expected to do a softer film or a smaller film because you are a certain bracket of an actor. अभी आपने 600 करोड़ बना लिया, so there's only a certain kind of even director who might approach you, and a newcomer you might have punted on back in the day, or for that matter doing a Masan with the Neeraj Gavan. Can something like that still happen in your career? Do you think like it's both a responsibility but also a burden when you become this level of a superstar?
I'll go beyond saying if it can or cannot. I'll say that I would want that to happen. I really want that to happen. For me, I don't even look at what characters I want to play. I want to be moved by stories. I want to be part of stories that move me, and I'm hoping and praying that it moves the audiences. Because people, I always feel, take back stories, and through those stories, if they're connected to the stories, they're resonated by the stories, they take back the characters. So for me, it's first the story and then the character. See, whenever you go into a film, you want every film to break records. You don't go into a film thinking कि यार ये 20% success कर ले. You are wanting this to create a record which nobody has seen before. Every film, चाहे वो मसान हो, चाहे वो छावा हो, चाहे वो सैम बहादुर हो, चाहे वो Bad News हो, you are walking into that film wanting to make a film which tomorrow just becomes the talk of the town, which each and every theater going person would want to go to the theaters and watch this film. So that's the intention whenever you take up the film, no matter if it's made in 100 rupees or 10 crore rupees. So what happens eventually is just the film's destiny, and also just obviously the quality of work that you've been able to execute. But today, I'm at least not thinking that this film will make me a this many crore actor and this film won't. I am not here for the small wins that ये film ने इतना crore कर लिया, I'm that actor of the year. I'm here to build a legacy, and a legacy can't be built on just crores of films. It has to be built on quality. It has to be built on, of course, the big box offices. It has to be just something that I look back and you see that basket of films and I can be proud of. And the people can be proud of कि यार इसने हमेशा film जो भी लेकर आए हैं इसमें कुछ बात थी. So for me, it's very story driven.
Is there, since you're speaking about legacy, what is a kind of, you said you always look for stories that move you. Is there a strict no when you look at a script and say, ये तो मैं नहीं करूँगा, या ये, it could be a thing, it could be a topic, it could be a genre, anything. Is there something that you look at or that you gauge, these are my limitations, these are my boundaries, ये तो मैं नहीं करने वाला?
No, see, the thing is, a cinema is a director's medium. It's not an actor's medium. So when, suppose you've gotten a role which कल को मैं कहूँ कि यार ये तो मुझे I'm a little wary of. But it depends that which director is seeing it through which lens. And then you would take a call कि अच्छा यार नहीं यार इसमें एक अलग पर्सपेक्टिव है, इसमें ये विजन है जो मेरे जहन में नहीं था. So I'm not hellbent कि ऐसा रोल नहीं करूँगा या ऐसी कहानी नहीं करूँगा. हाँ, पर वो कहानी नहीं करूँगा which didn't speak to me. I would try and not be a part of a film which didn't speak to me, but the setup is good. That for me is like I'll be lying to myself, I'll be lying to the team I'll be working with, and eventually that lie will be visible on the big screen. And that's not going to help me, that's not going to help the film also. So I feel that if I am not resonating with it, it's better for the team to find an actor who resonates with that.
So give me an example of a role that you have done that you were maybe initially hesitant about, but the director's vision convinced you and now you look back and say, wow.
None. Every role that I've done, it's always been from the heart that... See, the thing is, for me, it's very important that I take up a film where there was nobody who had to convince me. If there is a scope that somebody has to convince me to do this, then because see the thing is the process of filmmaking is not just कि weekend पे मिलते हैं film बनाते हैं. It takes a year. It tests your conviction every day. You do workshops, you prep for a role, then you get into the filming of it, then there's post-production, promotions of a film, everything. So till the film releases, it's almost a year of conviction that you give to that film. It's not possible for anybody to convince you for a year. It has to be just bullseye or not. And then, of course, the film might work or not. But you had to be convinced from day one, from the moment, like from the word go.
That's beautiful. When you look back, what is a character that has given you the most? कौन सा वो एक character from one film that you feel like has really stayed in your heart is probably a friend of yours today?
Deepak from Masan. Always. He is... he's that character whom I never wanted to go from me. He taught me that process, that life taught me the most. Just sitting by the, Shamshan Ghat for hours and hours just made me aware of certain truths of life, which will stay with me always. And that's why I feel blessed to be an actor, because just to go through these processes just teaches you so much about life than any lecture, than any kind of chat can do to me, because it's something so personal. So Masan was that film, and Deepak will always be that.
Tell me the one thing that you learned from Deepak.
I was playing a guy who burns pyres, right, at a Shamshan Ghat. I have born and raised in Bombay, Mumbai, from a Punjabi family. मुझे बनारस का कल्चर, काशी की लैंग्वेज कुछ नहीं पता थी. तो आई हैड गॉन टू बनारस अ मंथ बिफोर वी स्टार्टेड शूटिंग जस्ट टू डू माई स्टडी ऑन दैट कि बोलना कैसे है, क्या इसका कल्चर क्या है. बट इन दैट आई स्टार्टेड स्पेंडिंग अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम एट द शमशान घाट. I still remember the first day I was there, I could stay there only for 15 minutes. Because at any given time, there were about 30-40 bodies getting burnt. It's all in the air, the smell, it's all open, it's a ghat, but you feel so claustrophobic. I couldn't stay there for more than 15 minutes. I came back and I realized that I have to play a guy who's lived there, who's 25 years old, who's only been there, whose lullaby is Ram Nam Satya. So I have to play that guy. I went back in and I started spending time there. And eventually in 30 days, I reached a stage where I could have a cup of tea while being in the same environment and say, "Yaar, chini kam hai ya chini zyada hai." So in that, I saw so much happening that eventually what stays back is your deeds. That is all people remember you for. Not how fair you were, dark you were, rich you were, poor you were, how much wealth you've left back. It's all how you made the people around you feel when you were there. That's all they remember you for. So आप मतलब लिटरली कुछ नहीं लेके जाते हो, और जो आपके लव्ड वंस बच जाते हैं उनके पास कुछ नहीं रहता. So it's just gone, So that was my biggest learning, and that will always stay with me.
How beautiful. वो लाइनें याद है आपको? तू किसी रेल सी.
तू किसी रेल सी गुजरती है, मैं किसी पुल सा थरथराता हूँ, एक जंगल है तेरी आंखों में, मैं जिसमें राह भूल जाता हूँ. Said that after years.
I love the smile on your face even when you are narrating or speaking that poem even today. One of the most beautiful, I think, love stories I've seen on screen. और obviously I think वो बीबा मुंडा वाली बात भी सबको आ जाती है. How are you now at this level, dealing with, and I know that there is a crazy amount of fame that you get once you become this big, okay, and there's all kinds of attention that you get. What is your relationship with fame, and how has that changed over the last 10 years?
Firstly, I don't think I've become this big or that big. I feel I have to become much bigger. So this is just the beginning. I would pray to God that this is just a beginning. See, when I wanted to be an actor, I started dreaming, seeing all the big superstars and all the great actors this country has produced. Dilip Kumar Saab, Bachchan Saab, Shah Rukh Sir, Govinda Sir, everybody. So when I came onto this path, I don't want to be here to be in the middle ground. यहाँ पे दो ही रास्ते होते हैं. One, nobody cares about you. The other, everybody cares about every aspect of your life. You have to make that choice. I have a very clear choice that I want to be on this side. Once I have made that choice, there is nothing I want to complain about that comes with fame. I love it. I want more of it. And I have worked very hard for this love, and this love will never be a cause of worry, problem, tension. It's just something that I go to sleep with a lot of gratitude and thanking God कि यार आज बहुत प्यार मिला, thank you so much, कल और चाहिए.
So I want to know कि तौबा तौबा इतना आपका how many you've all heard तौबा तौबा, right? Do you all say love the song? It went so viral, and I remember हम लोगों ने जब बात की थी BM NR में, आपने we had a common love for Hrithik Roshan, and you spoke about how you've been always.
We all have a common love for him.
We spoke about how you've always like loved his steps and tried doing them. Did Hrithik see Tauba Tauba? Did he have something to say about it?
I believe so. He commented on one of the reels, so I believe so. And Bosco sir also said that he quite loved it. So
What was his comment?
क्या था देखना पड़ेगा यार, but well done, love the vibe, something like that. वो देखा कि उन्होंने comment किया है, वो कुछ गलत भी लिख देते तो भी मैं खुश हो जाता है.
Is there any other validation that you've gotten from a co-act, someone you've been starstruck by or admired, that over the last 10 years that you feel like यार ये जो message आया, ये जो किसी ने बात बोली मुझे from someone I really look up to is something that will stay with you?
That was the biggest validation for me when this actor is the most incredible person in this country and the world who can dance is my wife. She's always had one complaint कि यार जब तू नाचता है ना ऐसे नाचता है जैसे बारात है किसी की. So she was very happy with the ease I had. मैंने कहा पता नहीं क्या ease थी, but जो भी है ठीक है if you're happy.
I mean, I'm really happy when when your wife says that you dance well. That's always going to be the biggest compliment that you can get. I want to ask a couple of questions, Bo, before I open it up to the audience. And this is one, of course, is about Love and War. It's your next film. I love the look that you have. Isn't he looking like? I mean, he's looking so beautiful. And every time I look at you, I'm just like, "Kya look hai?" So. Tell me a little bit more about, you've already spoken about Sanjay Leela Bhansali. You also said, again at BM Anya, that, the actor that portrays masculinity the best is Ranbir. And now you get to work with Sanjay Leela Bhansali, who you look up to, and you get to work with him. What is this? Tell us whatever you can about this movie. What are you getting out of this? You said that this is one of your favorite parts that you've played in the last 10 years.
I can't reveal anything about the story, but yes, it's always on the bucket list of every actor to do a film and be directed by Bhansali sir. He is truly a master, and I would always hear that from other actors, and you would see that as an audience in his films. But to be working with him, to be seeing how he explores the scene and how he kind of executes a scene, how he creates dynamics between the characters is just something that can't be put into words. I am just awestruck every day on set where I get to see how he kind of, and the passion that he has and this childlike curiosity that he has is something very inspiring for me as an actor to kind of, like I said before, to kind of keep finding what more can I give as an actor, what more can I find as an actor in this given material that I have. So that is just like I said, like a film school going on right now for me, and a huge honor for me to be a part of Love and War. Ranbir and Alia are two of the most fantastic actors of this country, and I worked with them before in Sanju and Razi respectively, and it's just such a breeze to just work with them again. They're lovely human beings, they are amazing actors, great energy, and I'm having just the most wonderful time on a film set with the three of them.
I've always seen and noticed a pattern where in all your movies, the woman has a lot of dignity. I've never seen a movie that Vicky Kaushal has done where, the woman has been objectified or she's reduced to only doing, a small scene or a small role. There's always been merit in the character of the woman. And I feel like this is a choice that I think people make. So I want to ask you, when you get scripts and how important is the portrayal of gender for you, not only from a lens of your masculinity, but from the lens of what the woman in the film has to do? Do you have discussions with your director if you feel like यार ये थोड़ा सही नहीं जा रहा, ये शायद थोड़ा misogynistic लग रहा है? Is that a conversation you are open to having with the people who bring you?
ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग अब तक वो ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी है किसी भी स्क्रिप्ट में या किसी भी फिल्म में जिसका मैं हिस्सा रहा हूँ. एंड to be very honest, I don't know, it might sound, I don't know how it will sound, but for me, it's not about man, woman, kaun kaisa hai. I feel they should be treated as humans, as those characters in that world. अब वो अगर दुनिया में उस कैरेक्टर का फ्लॉ वो है, that should be it. We don't have to make everything correct because stories are when flawed characters came together in a flawed world and how there was a beautiful thing that happened there. That's what makes a great story for me. So if that flaw belongs to the world in that world for that character, then of course that's the need of the story. But अभी तक टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट मुझे वो ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी है कि किसी रोल में बी इट अ फीमेल पार्ट और अ मेल पार्ट दैट वी हैव टू डिस्कस दैट इज इट द राइट थिंग टू पोर्ट्रे, इज इट आर वी पुशिंग द बाउंड्री अ लिटिल बिट, इज इट करेक्ट, इज इट गोना अफेक्ट somebody in a wrong way. वो अभी तक मुझे टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी है. बट ऑफ कोर्स अगर कभी ऐसा कुछ होता है जहाँ पे मुझे लगता है कि यार इस दुनिया की रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है, दिस इज ओनली देयर टू मेक अ स्टेटमेंट विच डजंट बिलोंग टू द वर्ल्ड, देन ऑफ कोर्स आई विल हैव दैट डिस्कशन. देन ऑफ कोर्स आई विल ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड द डायरेक्टर्स विजन अ लिटिल बिट मोर. बट अभी तक मुझे वो ज़रूरत पड़ी नहीं है इन टर्म्स ऑफ द स्क्रिप्ट्स आई हैव बीन एबल टू बी अ पार्ट ऑफ.
Yeah, I think people anyway, you're such a sweet guy. I think people anyway bring you great scripts. Anyway, they're saying that इसमें गंदी चीजें नहीं डालते, because again, I think there's a dignity not just in your characters but all the other characters that you have played. I want to open it up, but I want to again congratulate you for being a father. I think this is one of the most beautiful things that can happen to anyone.
Thank you.
And while I say that, my own daughter is in the auditorium today somewhere. And
Congratulations to you
thank
too. You've
thank
just become a father this year.
I've become a father this year, and this is the first thing that she's watching live.
Where is she?
Not
Where is
sure
Noor?
if she understands it,
I'm
but
very happy that your daughter is का पहला actor hero जो
I
मिल रही है वो मैं हूँ.
literally वो हमारी discussion था कि what better a way for her to see what I do than get her to see me chatting with you of all the people.
No, but
So
I'm
thank you,
sure
Vicky, for
the
that.
first hero for Noor will always be you,
How
her
sweet.
father, and you truly are a hero, Nikhil.
Thank you, Vicky. I want to ask you just one question. What is the thing that you feel like you're most looking forward to about being a dad?
Just being a dad. Really looking forward to it. I think it's a huge blessing and exciting times. Almost there, so fingers crossed. Yeah.
It's the most, I can tell you, I have not experienced more joy in my life than I do every time I get to see my daughter. So that's what's in store for you. And I feel like you're going to be one of those fathers who's going to be breaking the stereotypes of what it is to be a dad. Because I feel like हमारे जो fathers थे, वो बेचारे, it was difficult for them to show a certain amount of love and compassion.
मुझे लग रहा है मैं घर से ही नहीं निकलने वाला हूँ.
मेरे को भी बहुत मुश्किल हुई है. I work a lot from home now. So I see that coming for you. But thank you, Vicky. You've just such a wonderful person, such a wonderful actor. 10 years you have finished. If you have a vision board or a manifestation for what the next 10 years looks like, what would that be?
See, I'll tell you one thing. Manifestation. I'm a very very possessive about my manifestations. I don't share. I don't discuss. I don't put it up. It's there in me, and it's very very sacred. So जब होगा वो, और I'm manifesting for some unbelievable things. Manifest करने में क्या है? So जब होगा वो मैं बताऊंगा कि ये युवा 2 याद है जब हुआ था निखिल के साथ, तब मेरे दिमाग में ये था. So there are a lot of things, but yes, I pray to God that this is just the beginning for me. There's so much more to grow and learn and gain and spread happiness. So I'm looking forward to that. But Nikhil, I just want to say that it's always such a pleasure to talk to you. I have I said that backstage also, that what the thing that I enjoy the most when I talk to Nikhil is that I get to introspect while chatting with him, and that's the most lovely part. You have the most beautiful audience always.
Thank you, Vicky.
In the real world and online as well.
We love you too. And I love you particularly.
Thank you guys, and I wish you the best for Yuva 2.0 conclave.
Thank you. I want to open it up for a few questions, but तुमने last time मैंने end में ना अपने conversation की बहुत प्यारी बातें की थी, and then you got up to give me a hug. Now you said such good things about me. I want to get up to give you a hug. We all love you here. We've all been so excited to have this conversation. We're going to have few quick questions. एक तो फटाफट उठ ही गया है.
So hi, first I'm very nervous because, oh god.
It's okay, I'm nervous too. It's just the Nikhil effect. It's all him.
Firstly, congratulations, a big congratulations. You're going to be a dad soon.
Thank you.
I'm very excited for that.
Thank you so much.
So my one question to you कि हमने विकी देखा है फिल्म्स में, बट अगर इन रियल लाइफ आपको कोई कैरेक्टर से रिलेट करना हो कि मैं इन रियल ऐसा हूँ, तो वो कौन सा कैरेक्टर होगा? Anyone?
Great question.
I think Sam Bahadur.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think he is one of the most incredible human beings I got to know of while playing him, Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw. The values, the principles, the discipline, everything. I was just in awe of him. And the way Meghna made me meet the man through literature, through stories, his family, everybody, I feel that has been one of my biggest honors to play him. And if I can just be 10% of him in my life, I'll be a great human being.
Yes. Thank you.
How
Thank you.
lovely.
Hi, what's your name?
Okay, अनुप्रिया.
Anupriya, hi.
तो मुझे ये पूछना था कि आप फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में हो, तो जो नए जनरेशन को फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में आना है, तो व्हाट विल बी द वन पीस ऑफ एडवाइस यू वुड लाइक टू गिव? क्योंकि मुझे आना है.
सिर्फ नसीब पे भरोसा मत करना, तैयारी करके आना.
वाओ.
Good point. चल.
थैंक यू सो
Thank
मच.
you, thank you,
मींस अ
thank you.
लॉट.
Thank you, Anupriya.
एक वहाँ लड़के ने सबसे पहले उठाया था हाथ उसको. हाँ हाँ बताओ आप.
I would like to ask you one question. Like you have done many films, and if you like, you look behind films and see how much have you grown. Like your audition days, your first film till yet, that you see how much have you grown through your acting. Do you look through it?
See, I do feel that I've become a more confident person in terms of trusting my own instincts. Growth तो चलती रहेगी, but I think I do definitely feel that through the characters I've gotten to play, I have evolved in the best possible way, not just as an actor, but also as a human being. Thank you, thank you.
My name is Ekta Mestri. I am fan of Nikhil Taneja, sir.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ekta.
My friend and my partner, I've started a podcast and really want Vicky sir to come here and you.
एक second, Ekta,
I'm a
एक
friend of
second. Hi, my name is Ekta. I'm a fan of Nikhil. I've started a podcast. I want Vicky. हैं? इतना कंफ्यूज तो सरोजिनी मार्केट में बायर्स नहीं होते यार कि क्या कौन सी दुकान से क्या लेना है.
Sir, overwhelming हो गई हूँ मैं आपको देख के. I don't know what to say. So Nikhil sir, my partner Megha Gulati was your student in Jai Hind.
Oh, okay.
And she told
Hi,
me go
Megha.
and.
Your student?
I used to teach at Jai Hind.
What?
Journalism.
Yeah, Vicky sir, I'm really inspired by the journey we have seen. I want to ask you, what is
please.
your learning and what you want to say to the youngsters, like if they want to pursue career in film industry? What is one message?
एक आप youngsters for the film industry and एक यहाँ के युवाओं को एक general advice, and we'll end with that.
कि I'll just say one thing, that whoever's dreaming to be an actor, whoever's dreaming to be a successful person in the film industry, you better be successful ताकि एकता के podcast पे आप जा सको.
Vicky? Husandera?
You guys are the sweetest यार. Thank you so much.